We are now going to step into the letterbox function, which was imported here at the top from utils.augmentations. This function takes as arguments im0, our image, in BGR format that we just read with OpenCV, self image size 640 by 640, the stride, which is 32, and then auto. Auto was originally this value, self.auto, set as true, but we're going to keep it as false so that our image coming out of the letterbox function has the same dimensions as we have in our architecture. So that we have 640 by 640 by 3, and also on the output, we'll get these same dimensions, 80 by 80 by 256, 40 by 40 by 512, and 20 by 20 by 1024. And not just the input and the output, but of course, all the intermediate steps, which we'll go over in much more detail, will have the same dimensions that you see here, which will allow us to refer to this architecture diagram as we go through the process. Let's step into the letterbox function. And now we're inside augmentations.py. And by letterboxing, we're just referring to a technique that pads or adds borders to an image or a set of frames in order to maintain the same aspect ratio, but pad the rest. So two similar methods, one for adding columns of padding, Pillarboxing, and one for adding rows of padding, Letterboxing, which is the one that we're going to use. And actually, what we're going to do is a parallel path between VS Code and our Colab environment. So let's open our Colab first. As usual, let's open this notebook. If you haven't set up your environment, do that first. Otherwise, let's jump into the letterbox function here. Let's mount our drive, connect to Google Drive, and then continue with your Google account until it's mounted. Let's import OpenCV and show our image here. I've gone through much more detail of the image analysis in the previous video, so feel free to check that out if you're interested in knowing some of the intricacies of the OpenCV library. And then here, I'm just printing the shape of our image and then getting the height and width. And here, creating a new variable for the new shape. The format is height, width, and channel, or height width if we're only interested in that. We can do the same in VS Code. We have our shape variable. And given that our new shape is a list and not an integer, we'll step over that, and we're here. And then here, we're interested in resizing our image, but maintaining the aspect ratio. So we're going to calculate what that aspect ratio is. Here, we're dividing the height of the new shape, which is 640, by the old shape. And we're getting 0.833. And then similarly, the new width, 640, by the old width of 1024. And we get 0.625. And we're getting the minimum of that because we want an image that the largest dimension is 640, but not greater than 640 in any dimension. And then here, we're calculating the values of that new image. But be careful, here we have width and height instead of height and width. So just keep that in mind. The shape of the width, 1024, is multiplied by this minimum ratio to get a 640 width. And then similarly, the height, 768, is multiplied by this aspect ratio to get a height of 480. And I'm going to show you that image in just a moment. So in order to do that, we're going to call the resize method from the OpenCV library. We're going to input our original image with height, width, and channels. The new unpad size of the image that we just calculated, 640 by 480. And we're going to use the interlinear interpolation method to accomplish this shrinking of the image. Now, given that an image is two-dimensional, when we call the interlinear flag, we're actually doing bilinear interpolation. And this bilinear interpolation method is going to get the closest 2x2 pixels of known values. And we're going to do a weighted average to calculate the new value. And you can also see a comparison of different methods here, where we're using the bilinear. So this will give us a resized image of 480 by 640 by 3. And here I'm just printing the shape to the terminal, and I am shown to display it. So let's run this. And this is our new resized image. Now let's do the same in VS Code. So we'll obtain R, 0.625, and then scale up is set to false, so we'll step over that. Ratio, we're performing this, but we're not using it because scale fill is set to false. The new unpad would be the 640 by 480 tuple. And then before we perform this, let me show you that if instead of the minimum aspect ratio of 0.625, we had chosen 0.833, meaning the maximum of those two, given that here in the following operation, we're multiplying by a larger number, we would have obtained a larger number here as well as a larger number here. So let me show you. and the result would have been an image of 640 by 853 by 3. But again, we want our image to be 640 by 640. So what we do is we select the minimum aspect ratio and then pad the rest, because in this case, we are already beyond the 640 by 640. So that's why we have to select the minimum of the aspect ratio and then perform padding, which is what we're going to do next. So let's print this again. We want our new shape to be 640 by 640, and the new unpad tuple that we created is 640 by 480. So there is a delta, a difference for the height of 160, which is what this is calculating. The width has the right dimensions, but we need 160 pixels on the height. And then here, we're dividing by 2 to calculate the number of pixels that we need at the top as well as at the bottom. So 80 at the top, 80 at the bottom. And then here, we're just doing addition and subtraction to calculate the top 80, bottom 80, and then left 0 and right 0 to be added to the image. We have this variable, color VGR, which is one of the arguments that were predefined for us. And this is just a gray color for values 114 for the B, G, and R channels, as you can see here. So we'll perform the copy make border function within OpenCV, and we'll provide as inputs our resized image of 480 by 640 by 3. And then the top, bottom, left, and right values will provide this flag border constant and then the color that we want for that padding. You can read more on the copy make border documentation, and we're using the border constant for that gray value. And then I'm displaying it here in our Colab. And this is the result that we obtained, where our 480 by 640, we added 80 of 114 across the 3 channels of padding to convert it to a 640 by 640 by 3 image, which is the same size as the input image that we're going to feed into our neural network, as you can see here. So let's go back to VS Code and complete the same steps. DWDH, the H is 116. Auto was set to false, so we'll step over that. Otherwise, we would have maintained the 480 by 640 by 3, but the math would have been different from our architecture diagram. So we set that to false, and this is false as well. So we'll step over that. Here we divide by 2, and same here. I'm performing here the operation that I performed right here, the resize. I just did it here before in order to show the image that then is being fed right here, which is the same that we have right here. It's just that in a different order. You can see the resize method using interlinear. And this will resize the image to the 480 by 640 by 3. And then the moment we run this function, im, which right now still has this value, we'll have this new value of 640 by 640 by 3. And of course, if I open this, you can see that the first values are 114, 114, 114, which correspond to the first values here. So we will be predicting across the image. But of course, this padding will not have any interference with the prediction because there are no features here. So if I go back here, now we return the new image, this ratio tuple, as well as the delta width and delta height. So im doesn't exist at the moment. The moment we run this, we will actually be returning index 0, which is im. So we're returning this, but we're only using, at the moment, im. So right here, when I run this, we'll have im created right here.